It's vlog time again. I had some things to talk about, so I thought I would just sit here and talk about them. We just got back in town yesterday. We made a short trip up to North Texas, stayed with some family up there in Wichita Falls while Jason went to Amarillo for a job interview. Job interview is exciting. Amarillo is not so much. Not that there's anything, you know, super wrong with Amarillo, but, you know, if you've lived in Houston for several years and then switching to Amarillo, it's kind of a shock. So we'll see how it goes. We're just very excited for the prospect of income. You know, that is extremely exciting. So keep your fingers crossed. I have notes because I have a lot to talk about. Okay, while we were up there in Wichita Falls, I stayed there while Jason drove up to Amarillo for the interview because I have family in Wichita Falls, and we went to, I really tried to nostril cam while I was there. I just couldn't focus enough to do it, and Jason kept asking me, aren't you gonna nostril cam? And I was like, well, I just couldn't focus. I don't know what was up. I did film a little bit. My sister had a hair appointment to get her hair done, and it's with our friend Tina Dodson, who works in a salon there in Wichita Falls, and she did my hair like 25 years ago. She's done my sister's hair, my grandmother's hair, my niece's hair, my aunt's hair. She just does the whole family hair. She's got all of the family hair. So I thought it would be fun, you know, to film in there. Y'all, we were laughing and talking so much. It was impossible. I got like maybe 10 seconds of footage. I'll try to show that at the end. It was fun, but not conducive to filming. We also, okay, on the way back from, I've forgotten where we were, Wichita Falls, I made Jason kind of slow down in this little town. It's called Calvert, Texas, and it is like the epitome of a small Texas town. Y'all, it is just precious. It's got, you know, some towns have like a town square where there's the courthouse in the middle, and then, you know, the businesses in a square all around it, or sometimes there's just a main street, and that seems to be what Calvert is, because when you drive through town, you know, there's all the little businesses lined up on either side of the road, and then it lasts about 3 seconds, and that's it. And they're all in these old historic buildings, and now a lot of them are abandoned, you know. But it is just so cute and just so typical of small town Texas. So I filmed some footage, and hopefully I have you have been watching that footage while I've been talking. I don't know if, you know, that was my intention, but we'll see how it goes. And I apologize for all the bugs on the windshield. I didn't really realize it was that bad until I started filming. I went, God, you can't see anything. Jason picked those up in Amarillo. Apparently it's very buggy up there. I don't know. Also, while we were there in Wichita Falls, my sister gave me some Delft pieces. I collect these vintage Delft pottery pieces, and they're not the traditional Delft. You know, usually when you think of Delft, if you know what Delft is, it's made in Holland, and it's a pottery, and it usually has a blue and white, or it's white pottery with a blue kind of Dutch scene on it. They do a lot of windmills, you know, very pretty. But for a couple of decades there, around the 50s, 60s, and maybe part of the 70s, they produced a line of more retro-looking stuff. Let me show you. And these are not really easy to find. Well, they're not difficult to find. I never find them in person, like in a thrift store, antique shop. Never. But you can find them online. And they're not super expensive, but I've got a fairly decent collection now, and they only made them for, you know, just that couple of decades, which seems like a long time, but when you consider how long Delft has been making pottery, it's a small portion of their, you know, manufacturing history. So there's not a whole lot of shapes left that I don't have, and my sister managed to find some that I don't have, and she bought them for me. She got them, I think she said she had to bid on them on the Goodwill online auction thing. That's where she found them. But they all look kind of sort of like this, but no two are exactly the same. Some have a brass accent piece on them, some don't, but they're all the same sort of turquoise, marbledy, brownish, bronzy looking thing. I love them. So she very sweetly went through all the trouble to bid on them and get them for me and saved them, and it's not the first time she's done this because she's thoughtful like that. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not thoughtful. I'm just not a gifty person. I think I've said that before. I have never seen this shape in all of my searching, and I used to buy this pretty regularly, but this one, it's a candle holder. See, it's got a little thing for like a taper candle, but is that not cool? I love it. I'll try to remember to take a picture of my collection. It's not huge. I just have a few pieces on top of a bookcase. Try to remember to take a picture of that at the end to show you. And here, okay, not only did she find one candle holder, she found two. Cool, right? These are the coolest things ever. I just love these. And they usually have, it's hand-painted Delft, Holland on the bottom, or sometimes there will be a sticker instead of it glazed in there like that. Okay, this one. See, this is a similar shape to this one, but it doesn't have the brass stand on it. And you can see that the pattern, they're all painted by hand, and the patterns are all slightly different. I just love these. And this one, okay, this is one you just hardly ever see either. It is a little bowl. See, cute little bowl. And got a lid. This is like a treat. You just don't see this much. And look at how the little handle is. Isn't that cool? I love it. Okay. And now these are more of a traditional shape. Of all the shapes that are available, these are the ones you find most often. However, I'm not sure that I have one exactly like this because they vary in how wide the brass flute part is and the shape of the base. You know, sometimes they're longer, sometimes they're more fat, squat looking, but you know, they're all just a little different. And then I don't think I've ever seen one in this shape, but this size. This is cool. I think she said that these were a set. She got them. But look at that. Awesome, right? Oh man, I love that. And this one, the brass is really, they shined it up good. A lot of them, the brass is just in terrible shape. I don't care. You know, sometimes I polish it, sometimes I don't. I really kind of like the dull vintage look of it. But that one, somebody took care of that piece. And then the last one is, y'all look at this vase. Look how cool that is. It's just like a little, it's got a sticker in it. It's like a little bud vase. And this one was also taken care of. Look how shiny the brass is. Oh, it's still got its sticker, its Holland sticker on there. And its little sticker there. So it's like practically new. These are fabulous. I was so excited when she said, "Oh, I've been buying all this stuff for you. Here you go." Okay. Put these where they won't get broken because I'm too lazy to wrap them back up. Alright. These definitely down here because if they break, I will cry real tears. Alright. I'm working my way through Happy Mail videos best I can. I've still got a lot to do. Some of them I have filmed, I just haven't uploaded them yet. And what I like to do is upload them on the weekends or during the week to fill in if I don't get a video done that day. You know, I'm really trying to do at least 5 days a week. And one of those 5 days might be a Happy Mail instead of a you know, technique or process video or whatever. That's okay. It's just a variety of stuff. But here's the reason why it's taken me so long. Some of these I've filmed, some I've not. I'm working on Happy Mail videos for Lotta, Cherie, Stacy, Michelle, Carla, Elaine, Barbara, Deb, Susan, Lily, and Suzanne. So, if I called your name, I've got your stuff, thanks. I just haven't quite gotten around to uploading the video where I can give you a proper thank you, but I'm working on it. I'll get you. I promise I'll get there. It's just going to take me a little time. And thank you. It's a good problem to have, to be overwhelmed by so many generous gifts. How cool is that? It's kind of awesome. Oh yes, paper doll swap. I have finished. I entered the over at the Deconstructed Art Journal's Facebook group. I signed up for the paper doll swap. They had, you know, where you make a Deconstructed Art Journal page with a paper doll theme, and it was due on the 1st, but we were out of town and I didn't get them quite finished in time, so I didn't get them mailed in time. But I finished them up last night. I let my group know I'd be a little bit late. They should have expected that in the beginning anyway. But got them done, so I'm going to mail them out today. If you're in the swap with me and you don't want to see your page, close your eyes right now. Close them, because I'm going to show them. I'll just give you a quick peek at my finished swap pages. The Deconstructed Art Journal pages, you know, they're 8 by 8 square, I hope, because that's what mine are. I think that's what they're supposed to be. So what I did was I printed out some scenery from, they were doll houses, like Victorian doll houses, and they were just rooms from those houses. Some of these, a couple of them might be actual real houses, but they were just cool kind of Victorian era looking rooms. I printed them out, smushed them, you know, backs together so that it would be the right sides on each side, folded it up, and then stuck a paper doll on each page. And I like to put hats on my paper dolls because it's fun. So on every one of them I put, as women, we wear many hats, so we need cute shoes to match. So that's what all of them are. They all have one doll on the outside, 2 in the middle, 1 on the back. And I've had several people ask to see how I make my paper dolls, and I'm going to do a video. I'm working on it. It's difficult because there's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no method. It's just a matter of collecting body parts and pieces and images and clothing and heads and then putting them together. And sometimes it'll just be, you know, like, this is her real head and her real upper body, but those are different legs and a different skirt and a different hat. So I just kind of use parts and pieces, and whatever I've chopped off of her, if it's, you know, good to use for another doll, I'll save it and I'll use it as the bottom half of another one. So it's kind of hard to show you how to do it, since I just do it based on what I happen to collect. So I'll talk more about that when I get around to making a video. The fashion magazines, particularly In Style, because it seems to be a somewhat affordable fashion magazine. I use that one a lot for bodies and legs, because usually they'll have you know, pictures of like from parties and from movie opening nights and from the Oscars or whatever. They'll just have lots of dresses and legs and bodies and cute hairdos to choose from. So Anyway, more about that later, but those are my paper doll pages ready to go out in the mail later today. Check, check, check. Oh, NAMTA. Okay, I don't even know if I'm saying it right. NAMTA. That is the International Art Materials Association. We're just going to call it NAMTA and pretend like we know what we're talking about. And that's coming up this weekend on Sunday and Monday. They are having their Art Materials World, which is their big annual convention. Okay, I don't know a lot about NAMTA at all. I learned about it a couple of years ago and didn't really pay much attention to it. I was like, oh, okay, I don't qualify for that because it's not really it's similar to CHA, but not really. Where CHA is more crafts and hobbies, NAMTA seems to be geared more toward fine art materials. And there's some crafting stuff, you know, definitely, but you have to join the organization, NAMTA organization, which is very expensive, or it should be anyway, because if you don't join and you want to attend Art Materials World, it is $1,700, and I am not making that up. As for one person to attend a 2-day event, $1,700. I checked my couch cushions, but I came up short. So I thought, no, can't go. I'd already written it off, and then a friend, just through this series of unusual events, it looks like that I will get to go courtesy of Canvas Corp Brands. Did not realize they're having a booth at NAMTA this year. This is their first year there, and this will be my first time to attend NAMTA, and I offered to put myself out for whatever purposes that they want to use me for in exchange for a pass to get in. So everybody wins. I'm very excited about that. Like I said, don't know much about it, don't know what it is, but I do plan to be there, and hopefully I'm going to try to periscope from there on Sunday. Because I have to borrow Jason's phone to periscope because my little phone is so old, it just chokes and sputters if I even try to periscope with it. But Jason's is good, and since it's Sunday, he really shouldn't need it for, you know, job purposes, job hunting, whatever. So I might just take his phone and do some live videos from there. So if you don't follow me on Periscope, you'll probably want to do that so that you don't miss it. And if you search Periscope for Shannon Green, one word, @ShannonGreen, you will see my little eye logo pop up. If you search for my name, 2 words, Shannon Green, you're going to get about 1 million results. But my Twitter username is @ShannonGreen. My regular name spelled out, 1 word. So if you search for that, you'll find me there. And then if you'll follow me, then you can see my potential Periscope happening on Sunday. Okay. I think that's it. The only other thing left is I got this whole stack of brochures I've got in the mail from the past week or so, and I thought I would go through them and show you so that in case you are sending off for some of these free travel brochures that we're all sending off for, and you're not sure if you want one from a particular area, I'll show you what it looks like, and then you can decide if you want to go there or not. I will put some links in the video description for where you can find some of these brochures, but some of them I kind of stumbled across, or I just Googled for them. Just Google it, especially for the ones that are city specific. Just Google it, free travel brochure for Cleveland, Ohio. And then see what you get. Okay. This is one like that from LaGrange, Texas. If you're not familiar with LaGrange, it is home to the Chicken Ranch, which is also known as the best little whorehouse in Texas. It's not there anymore, it doesn't exist, but, you know, that's its claim to fame. Plus, ZZ Top wrote a song about LaGrange and the Chicken Ranch, so there's that. But they have a very nice, it's a very small town, so they have a nice small glossy page brochure. This is the good glossy, heavy glossy paper. See, there's the thing on the Chicken Ranch. So this is what you get if you send off for a thing from LaGrange. Plus you get these two, these are nice, heavy, glossy postcards. I'm trying to show things slowly because I've had several people say, You know, when you show something, you need to do more than just that because we can't see it. Okay, duh. I just never really thought. I just thought that this would be good enough for you so that I can get through them, and apparently it's not. I wasn't really thinking. So that's why I'm trying to kind of slow it down when I pick stuff up. Okay, if you send off for the Alaska Official State Vacation Guide, you get something like this. It has glossy pages, but they're not the super heavy, great ones. They're kind of the medium weight glossy pages. I should really come up with like codes for all of these levels of glossy and pages and their weight, because you know there's like the heavy glossy, then the medium glossy, and then the kind of lightweight cheesy glossy, but not as bad as the not glossy lightweight. You know, there's just all these categories. But anyway, this is a nice brochure. It doesn't have, you know, they really kind of missed out on an opportunity to feature some really great pictures of Alaska, but unfortunately they chose to make them all kind of small. So, which is really good for your collection journal, for like your page of squares or rectangles, you know, because they're like in snapshot format. So, you know, very usable, but not the full page, nice, you know, scenic pictures that we kind of like as well. And there's so much of that in Alaska, they should have taken advantage of that opportunity to showcase those things. But they didn't call me before they printed their book, so I can't help them. Okay, this is from San Antonio, Texas. And, you know, you have to visit San Antonio. Visit shanannongreeen.com. That's probably where I got this. And if you send off for it, here's what you get. You get this little, it has a glue bound, you know, flat side glue, like a magazine book with, let's see, let's test the weight of these. It's about the medium weight, not super glossy. I'd say a level 2 glossy page. And it has some pictures, and, you know, it's an okay brochure. Not fabulous, but okay. And nice if you need just a small glue-bound book to alter. Yeah, there you go, perfect, because this is a great size. And then it has this staple bound, which is good, because you can unstaple it and then use each page as a kind of its own thing. Oh, these are coupons. Yeah, these are 2015, vacation deals, coupons and stuff. And this is just kind of a lightweight, glossy paper. It's, well, probably about similar to the, no, it feels a little heavier, I mean a little more lightweight than the book. Oh, I can't tell. Anyway, you know, whatever, like it matters. Alright, Georgia. Georgia did well on their cover, on their cover art. And I got a lot of stuff from them. I shoved it all in here to keep it together. Okay, their main book, the Georgia Travel Guide, very nice glossy covers, but the pages are, yeah, they're lightweight, not really glossy, you know, not impressive. But again, if you need a glue-bound magazine size book, this is great, and the covers are nice. I also got, this is some map of Atlanta, street map, and then a Georgia road map, and then this whole book on Savannah, which is also not great quality paper or images, but it is a nice size. I like that size. So that's what you get from Georgia and Savannah. Oregon, I had another, I think I've already showed the other book I got from Oregon. And then this one is the 2015-2016 Official Visitor's Guide called Travel Oregon. And it, oh, I got the official state map for 2015 through 2017. Apparently they're not planning any road changes for the next 2 years. And, okay, look at that. Gorgeous, right? The pages are Not impressive, you know. Fairly lightweight, semi-gloss. And I'm seeing nothing really impressive as far as images. I mean, they have some lovely images, but not, you know, this is not like, well, that one's not too bad. But there's not many of those. You know, nothing National Geographic quality, shall we say. Oregon. Arkansas, oh, bless their hearts. No, that's not just what they sent. They sent this little thing of postcards where you can send off for more free information from different areas in Arkansas, which is nice. And I also got this 2015-2016 Arkansas State Highway map. I love Arkansas. We took a vacation there a couple years ago. Well, not a couple, several years ago. We had the best time. I'll try to remember to put a link and write it down to the blog posts. I did a series of blog posts because I blogged while we were going, and it was just so fun. I would go back to Arkansas in an instant. And if you want to plan a vacation to Arkansas, like on the cheap, I am so your girl. I can help you out with that. Especially if you want to see like every bizarre, cheesy attraction between Lafayette, Louisiana, and how far up did we go? Hot Springs? Maybe even further north than that. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah. I can give you some ideas for that because it was fun. Okay, this is like newspaper, you know. This is the Arkansas Fall-Winter Calendar of Events. Yeah, not impressive, although it is staple bound, so you could take it apart and at least use the semi-glossy covers. This is the 2016 Arkansas State Parks Guide. And, oh, okay, now we have fairly decent glossy pages, actually. Let's see what the pictures are like. The pictures, they all have a whole bunch of text on them, but they did make good use of their beautiful scenery in these pictures. So, yeah, that's really not too bad. And these are, this is the Arkansas Adventure Guide, and it's kind of like a TV guide. Yeah, like newsprint. But again, it's a good, you know what this would be good for? To fold the pages down and do one of those folded book sculpture things. This would be good for that. And I also got the 2016 Arkansas Tour Guide with valuable coupons inside. And, oh, well this is nice. Okay. This has got glossy pages. Yeah, decent. Midweight glossy pages. Lots of nice, pretty pictures. They did good showcasing their scenery with some pictures. And then the coupons. Yeah, this one's not bad. We got good potential happening here. So, there's Arkansas. The Hawaiian Islands I sent off for this one. Hey Claudia! I can't think of Hawaii now without thinking of Claudia over there off the grid in the jungle. And this is nice. This has got, you know, fairly good glossy pages, and they've got some pretty pictures of Hawaii and stuff. Look, there's a map of Oahu, and see, pretty. Kauai. I've been to Kauai, and I've been to Maui and the Big Island years ago. Okay, so yes, that's a good one. South Dakota. Y'all, look at the envelope that South Dakota's book came in. Okay, that's a win right off the bat. Didn't matter what was inside at this point. I was just like really happy with this. And it's full of some junk mail that I'm saving. We'll do that another day. And this, I can't help but laugh. This is like, this should be the I should use this as the like the intro for all of my nostril cams. Look at that angle, shooting straight up his nose like that. Love it! That is, of course, Mount Rushmore. And this, okay, this is the official South Dakota highway map. And it's rather neat. I've never seen one quite like this. Oh, look at that. That's really pretty, huh? Good job, South Dakota. Okay, and then the map is on the other side. There it is. Oh, that's hard. Look how sweet it is. I can say that. I live in Texas, right? Everything else is smaller. Okay, and now their, what do we call it, vacation guide? Yeah, their vacation guide does not have super glossy pages. They're very thin and somewhat glossy, and they didn't really make good use of their scenery because it's a lot of advertisements, and yeah, they could have done better. There are some decent things in here, but you know, not overly impressive, and the paper is very thin. But again, it is a good, you know, glue-bound magazine for altering or adding to. And oh look, there's a fold-out in the back. But the impressive part of South Dakota's package is their awesome envelope, and then it just kind of goes downhill from there. Okay, so those are the travel brochures I've got. That is all I have to ramble about today. The end.
It's so good.
Okay, it's salon day here.
I'm having lipstick on right now. This is not fair.
Yeah, put some lipstick on.
Lipstick on.
You don't have lipstick on. Look at what she made.
It's too late for me.
Maine, do you want to put lipstick on right quick? Does that make you feel better?
Except for the nails.
I want you in the car.
Okay.
Lipstick's not going to help my face.
I completely failed to notice the name of the salon, Tina. Where am I?
Salon H2.
Salon H2. Here in Wichita Falls.
No. That'll do me. I go, it's salon something, it's a letter or a number, but I can never read it.
Green. Sign's green.
She's like, what's the name? I'm like, I don't know. Good job, Kaylee.
Okay.
Could be a K.
Yeah. Didn't you used to be in the same center with Debbie?
I was 2 doors down.
This is what I told
2
you.
doors down. Where Stations now is.
You
Come full circle. Come full circle.
Yes.
Don't get my double chin.
I'm not.
And he asked me one day if he could help me. Presley helped me cut Mom's hair the other night on it.
Well, maybe that's why she's not real happy with it today.
Really? We grabbed the scissors and rocket stuff it was like. Yeah, she wants me to cut her hair like Debbie's. I'm like, I'm not a hairdresser.